Alrighty. Oh man, yesterday was a long day of betting. A long night too. Anyway, going over the fight night, Paris gone versus Tuivasa. Overall, it was a pretty good card. I mean that, I guess, in a sense of viewing and also in betting. The biggest disappointment, I'll go ahead and put that out there, was Jourdain. I can believe he lost. I can't believe he got dominated. I can't believe his strategy. He shouldn't have lost. So all Jourdain had to do was keep his distance, fight at length. It makes no sense that people could think you had a victory over Shane Burgos, but then you get dominated 3 rounds to none to Nathaniel Wood. If he would just stayed at bay in a distance, he wins the fight. Instead, he got in close, literally like he's on a phone booth, and he's trading punches with a fighter with shorter arms and faster punches. Jourdain has fast punches. He didn't look near as fast yesterday, and I don't know, maybe he was tired, and on top of that, Wood is faster, so it made him look slow. But the one thing he couldn't do was get in there and trade punches with Wood, and that's exactly what he did. So he lost 3-0. I had a 3-pick $50 parlay with Jourdain, Gane, and Whitaker. So it's pretty annoying. Overall, I won 8 parlays yesterday. 6 of them were predominantly or were all UFC. The other ones were mixes and just football. But the Jourdain cost me at least 3 parlays by himself. Quite annoying. Otherwise, I could have had, instead of a good day, a great, huge day. Other than that, I posted my fights for y'all to see, and to be honest, I was really busy trying to put in last-minute football parlays, and I kind of rushed, and then afterwards, before certain fights started, really after the Edgar fight, I normally will parlay the first 2 fights, and that's what I did with Edgar and Quijones. And I started to look at fights, and when I realized the actual size difference in some of these guys after watching the weigh-ins, I skipped through the day before and didn't watch them fully. I went ahead and changed all my bets from Figlak to Ziem, and I changed all my Buckley fights to Imavov. Fortunately, when I put up the second picture for all y'all to see, I changed the Buckley one to Imavov, but I forgot to change the Figlak to Ziem. So I only technically, if you follow my money bets, I only lost 2 yesterday. But for the sake of my IG page, I left it the way it was. So I technically, or whichever way you want to look at it, I lost 3. But in my heart and my money, I lost 2. I still rock with Aaron's because I had a really good 6-pick parlay with him in there, and I thought it'd be a close fight, which it was. Close and kind of boring, to be honest, but I missed the Gomez Aaron's. I had Aaron's, and then obviously I missed the Jourdain. I did not hedge that in any facet. I really thought he had what it took to win, and I was right, he did. Apparently he just didn't realize it or abandoned his game plan. I think the moment of fighting in Paris got to him. It just wasn't focused, and the moment was too big for him. And as I said on Instagram, I think he folded like a lawn chair, and it really screwed me. Not really. I mean, my world's not over. I still won a lot of bets, but really annoying. It could have been a perfect day. Edgar came out and beat Perez. Kind of really what I realized last moment betting and picking Edgar. It's just said Perez hasn't fought any competition. She did have a couple little combination furies there against the fence, but even in defeat, she's still putting her hand up and doing this little ballerina twerking little thing. She's got to be more focused on the fighting. She's not going to last long. So it'd be interesting to see what her next fight is. I'm probably going to pick her to lose. And then Edgar, I'd rather just stay away from her until she gets some more solid victories. Because even this is not a solid victory. You're fighting somebody who probably doesn't deserve to be in the UFC. Cojones did a great job. What I wanted him to do, stay at distance. That somebody understands how to use their length. Jourdain. So I can't stand a fighter who doesn't understand how to use their their length. When they're the taller fighter and they don't keep people distance, you're going to be talking about it all the time. Cojones did a pretty good job at it. Next with Miranda and Saint Vigne, whatever, however we say. I always forget how they say it. But I had Benoit, and he delivered kind of how I thought he would. Getting into some of those striking exchanges, I wasn't too thrilled about that. But long as he stayed out of like arm bars and getting submitted, I wish he had thrown some more kicks and things when he had Miranda on the ground. But the guy is just tough, and that's what I thought he would take some blows and think that his were going to do more, and he was right. So ultimately, he got the finish. ZM Figlak, again, I think ZM used his distance well, his length, and got the job done. Makdessi, Haqparast, good fight. When I watched film of Makdessi, there was either we were going to see Makdessi kind of what we saw yesterday, especially in the third round, or we were going to see really boring Makdessi, kind of what we saw in the first and second round. I was banking on the boring Makdessi, and that's what we saw the majority of it. So that was good for my money. By the way, Haqparast looks like a little miniature Kevin Gastelum, and Makdessi looks like a little miniature Robert Whitaker. So that was funny to see. Dustin Stoltzfus, as I suspected, got on a plane for nothing and went to Paris. So hopefully he got to see the city, because his lights got put out in like 19 seconds. So that was pretty good, although we still didn't get to see much out of a bus. I would have liked more film in order to bet on him next time, but at least we know he has the power to get things done quickly. Nathaniel Wood, I'll be keeping a closer eye on him. His boxing is just really tight, the way he kept it in. It was a lot cleaner than what he had done against, oh boy, he fought last time, Rosa. It looked, he had to tighten up, and he did. And he handled Jourdain. Jourdain is dead to me. Will not bet on you again. Chump Nugget. Aaron's Gomez. Again, close fight, kind of boring. I'm not going to lie, kind of dozed off in round 2. But yeah, I guess they both got potential. Aaron's did what I thought he was going to do. Push the pace. He just, the height difference. And Gomez was pretty limber in the way he was kind of moving around when they were on the ground and exchanges and able to get out of things. So good on him. As the Australians, it's like, good on him. Yeah, whatever. Kopylov and Chirico, that was a dope fight. Chirico held in there pretty good, pretty tough. Lasted better than people probably going to give him credit for. Kopylov took some unnecessary hits. Chirico really started to tighten down the hatch and throw some good punches in that third round, where he could have probably caught Kopylov, but Kopylov kept to his game plan, kept him at bay. He ate too many jabs for my liking, so that was kind of nerve-wracking. But other than that, got the finish. Good on him. Buckley, Imavov, that was a dope fight. Like I said, I moved all my fights away from Buckley. I had maybe like one long reach parlay with Buckley. Other than that, I took my big money off him, put on Imavov. So I had a parlay for it to go past 1.5, and then I had a parlay for it to not go the distance, and then I also had a huge parlay on Imavov straight up. I posted that for y'all to see, but I also had Imavov and some other ones. But the fact that it didn't get to finish is really annoying, because Imavov talked a lot of trash, saying that Buckley ran his mouth, and in return he ran his mouth and didn't finish the deal. So Buckley stays on my good list. I really like the effort he put in. I mean, he's fought somebody 6'1" before and gotten W. Yesterday, Imavov 6'3". Had he been an inch shorter, Buckley caught him. I mean, he would have got him. So good on Buckley. I think this is his best performance. He showed a lot hanging in there and not getting knocked out. And like I said, this much closer, Imavov was tasting knuckles. So that was a really good fight, especially since it went my way. And I didn't have to see Buckley get put to sleep, which is good going forward for my Buckley bets, because they're not really taking at his chin. But I would have, money-wise, I would have liked to see Buckley go to sleep. And, yeah. Other than that, Vettori Whitaker, come on. Bobby Knuckles, the Reaper, Robert Whitaker. I told y'all. I told non-believers, people who didn't watch the UFC, helped my friend win $1,400 yesterday by throwing in the Whitaker and Gane fight, along with some baseball and a bunch of football to win $1,400 on like a 6 or 7 pick parlay. Might post that later. And then the main event, Tuivasa Gane. Now I know all you Tuivasa fans are like, "Oh, I told you, we almost." If you're, Gane had it. If your aunt was almost your uncle, but God decided not to give her a wiener. So, I know it's a weird analogy. What are some other ones? If and buts were candy and nuts, and we'd all have a good time. It didn't happen. I mean, he caught Gane, but Gane's lights went out. I'm not gonna lie, butt puckered a little bit when he hit the ground. Not because I thought he was out, because I thought this is where he's gonna eat those shots trying to get up. Good for him grabbing to his legs. Gane kind of bought into Tuivasa's game plan and traded with him. He shouldn't have. He really should have stayed striking, doing those kicks at bay. I know a lot of people, including Dana, have just called him boring because he does that. That started to get in his head a little bit. There was one time in the first round where he tried to grapple with Tuivasa. It was really weird looking. He kind of clinched for a moment and backed out. I didn't know what it was. It aggravated the hell out of me. I don't know what he was thinking in trying to do that. You don't want to get into Tuivasa's range at all, period. You want to sit there and dirty box him, you're going to go to sleep. So there were some moments that were sketchy because I think he gave in when he shouldn't have. But overall, I mean, stats are ridiculous. He 30 of 40 to the body, 16 of 18 to the legs. His total strikes, his significant strikes are crazy. Tuivasa is, dude's a menace. I think that was one of his. I think it's, again, even though he got TKO, which I had bet that he was getting finished, and some of y'all ridiculed me for that, but it seemed obvious to me. I was going to end up like Derek Lewis. Went longer because he's not flat-footed like Derek Lewis, but at the same time, he's just going to get aggravated. Gane can get in and get out against most of these heavyweights and not get hit, and it's going to annoy them. But Tuivasa, man, he is entertaining. He is what we thought he was what we thought he was. He is who we think he is. So he's going to have some awesome matchups going forward. Sucks for some other heavyweights because he's going to knock them out. I think I'd like to see at this point, if he wasn't hurt, Gane and Aspinall is the fight to make to me. I know a lot of people's calling for Curtis Blades, so that'll probably happen, obviously, because Aspinall's hurt. But if you want to say, to me, Gane and Aspinall and Jones are going to be the 3 best heavyweights, and they can duke it out. But yeah, you want to put Blades in there again? They just, yeah, I mean, it's kind of by default because you can't put Blades against Francis a third time. He's going to need to go a different route. So, other than that, really great card. Turned out to be pretty good after getting patched together and all those 8 changes or whatever. So nobody really looked out of place on short notice besides Stolfitz. Somebody wake him up. Other than that, good week of betting. We're really taking off, and some of these bets are going to get bigger and more aggressive. And as we get closer to 1,000 followers, once we get 1,000 followers, I'll start taking some parlays from some of you guys, and we'll split the winnings. If your parlay hits, I'll place it for us. Other than that, I've already started research next week, and I've got all my picks already. 80% sure of them. I might change a few of them, but I'll keep them under wraps till next Saturday. But I'll start sprinkling some parlays. These parlays are about to get silly. I'm seeing my friend win thousands over here, and I'm winning this little couple hundred, and it's annoying. So we're about to get really aggressive and competitive. Till next time, adios.